Welcome to Beyond the Review, customer conversations about digital transformation success, presented by Raven Intelligence. I'm your host and the founder and CEO of Raven Intel, Bonnie Tinder. Well, welcome. Today, I am delighted to be joined by Sandeep Nahata, founder and CEO of TalenTeam. TalenTeam is a leading workforce transformation partner exclusive to SAP SuccessFactors and unique in the expertise, the ability to understand their customers' business requirements, and really their unwavering commitment to their customer success. They are an innovative organization and offer truly customized solutions in the talent management and human resources space. Sandeep, thank you for joining me today. Excited about our conversation.
Thanks, Bonnie. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and TalenTeam?
Yeah, of course. Sandeep Nahata, founder at TalenTeam, as you said. And I've been working in HR, for about 25 years now, but a large part of that has been with SuccessFactors, about 22 years of that with SuccessFactors. My specialization and kind of going back to honest, I grew up in India. I've seen the impact that education has on societies and the importance of that, which really what drove me towards learning management and becoming a learning consultant and then being able to take that forward into the organization as well. And that's really what got me started with us as a business as well, TalenTeam as a business. I used to work for SAP when the idea about starting TalenTeam came up, because as a consultant I felt quite constrained about about defined projects and what I could deliver there. Taking that out, really expanding it out in terms of how we could work with our customers, how we can support customers in this journey is really what got me started with TalenTeam. And it's been an interesting and exciting journey.
Fantastic. And you're exclusive to SAP and SAP SuccessFactors. What were some of the pivotal moments that really contributed, first of all, to you choosing that, area, it's, in software, um, uh, suite, as well as what were some of the things that make you successful within this partner ecosystem?
Yeah, sure. So as I said, I used to work for SAP SuccessFactors, had very deep expertise within this, and I believe even till date, with the experience that I have on some of the areas of SuccessFactors, I continue to be one of the leading consultants and the most deep-rooted expertise in that area. So it was about taking that out, expanding that, and making that available to the larger set of the organizations and supporting that. My expertise in SuccessFactors and the longevity which with I've been working with them meant that it's not just a partnership or a product. I'm really deeply attached to the product because I've spent most of my working life working with them. And it's as an organization, when we set this up, our vision and the mission statement aligns towards helping organizations get the most out of their employees by expanding and maximizing the use of success factors, right? So success factors really form part of our vision and mission statements as well. And that's how deep rooted and committed we are to that partnership.
Mhm.
And yeah, this partnership obviously started about 11 years ago, and we've just continued to build upon that. What's really set us apart is us staying true to our mission. So
And
yeah.
and we see in the customer reviews the proof of that, those values, just time and time again. And our listeners can look at the TalenTeam Raven profile and read all of those reviews. But that is echoed in the work that you're doing, and customers will attest to that as well, which is vitally important. That is your business, is the success that you bring in the services. Um, so in terms of your global footprint, you are really helping organizations across the world in terms of employee experience, but TalenTeam also offers your own solutions, some innovations that you have created to augment the SAP SuccessFactors suite. Could you share a couple of examples about the guidance that you've provided as well as those products in real life? So, what have you done with customers in this regard?
Absolutely. A key thing to understand, kind of when we started on this journey was we've been working with customers the size of 250 employees to I've serviced customers that are 300,000 plus employees. And it's about understanding that while best practices have its place, best practices apply differently to different organizations as well. I think you've got to understand what's best for them. And as we've been on this journey with SuccessFactors, the experience that we have, the understanding that we have of that process, we've also been able to understand the common pain points, what customers are looking for, where the industry is going, and the innovations we can bring to these customers and the automations we can bring. A couple of examples that spring to mind. Royal Mail, one of our customers in the UK, they were looking at essentially, they're going through a major transformation and wanted to bring in a learning experience platform that's truly personalized to the personas that are coming in. And that's where they utilize our learning experience platform called Blend LXP. And they've been really able to transform and drive learning in a very different way to their frontline managers. Another example where Vodafone was looking at launching moving towards a skill-based organization, really adopting skills as the core of everything that they do. And with them, again, there was no one solution that would fit the need. So they partnered with us and utilize our Blend LXP to really bring different vendors and technologies together into a single common experience.
Mhm.
These are examples, but we continue to work with customers, and the learning experience platform isn't the only thing we do. It's really about coming up with many different innovations, and we've got a whole series of them to help organizations, one, fill gaps within the product, bring in automation so that we can take away any of the manual overheads, the administrative overheads that they have, so that as an organization, they can really focus on what they need to do instead of those admin activities.
Mhm.
One of the, SAP have very recently launched a tool called Talent Intelligence Hub, which is moving organizations once again towards a skills-based organization. Something that we've built to help organizations adopt and get to that tool is an automation which really reviews your data and brings down a task, right, which would normally take organizations 6 to 9 months down into a matter of weeks, and helping them build their skill profiles, tag those to job roles, etc. So it's truly transformative based on the organization and the feedback that we've received so far.
Mhm.
So yeah.
In terms of your ideal customer, the situations where you help. So SAP SuccessFactors, what are the typical sizes of clients that you work with? Where are they within the SAP product journey? Could you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've worked with customers right from a very small 250 employee company to 300,000 plus. But one of the things that really specializes is our ability to work with a lot of the large enterprise organizations. A typical, a sweet spot for us is anything from about 5,000 employees going over to into the really large numbers of 100,000 plus customers. And we've been able to tailor our solutions and offer them the guidance and advice around the processes. Um, a common ask that we get and projects that we get involved with is what we call our health checks or our audit service, where organizations who have been using SuccessFactors for a while, but may not be getting best value out of it, will engage with them, understand their process, review the system, and give them suggestions as well as a roadmap on moving towards a best practice system or the system that's most ideal to them. Our approach is quite innovative in that as well. It's not just about what success factors can do or cannot do, which is where a lot of the requirements quite often have not been met, but it's about coming up with the closest matching workarounds, or be able to articulate their requirements to SAP in the form of an enhancement request, or look at innovations and extensions to help customers really fill that gap. If we, based on our understanding of success factors, know that it's not something SAP would ever really do anyway. So there's a whole guided approach, but through this method, on each of the customer gaps and requirements, we're able to come up with a suggestion or a resolution to take them in a particular direction. And that really helps us keep a relationship with our customers, which is truly consultative, customer focused, and also brings them our variety of expertise, not just in product expertise, but innovation expertise as well.
Absolutely. You really, as I was listening to that, you help them know what they didn't know, or the questions to ask to fill those gaps, or present solutions that really help them to maximize, that product.
It is, and when customers implement success factors, I think one of the things to note is success factors being a SaaS product, it's constantly changing as well. So what wasn't possible 3 years ago may no longer be the case. There may be tools and technologies available which customers may not have necessarily related to the requirements from 3 years ago. And by revisiting them, we can really help them kind of put that together. We've really moved a few customers from kind of being at one end of the satisfaction journey to becoming really strong references for SAP, right? So them becoming really happy and being a strong reference, not just for us, but for SAP as well.
Well, speaking of that, and just that whole idea of referenceability, and your customers who are really advocates for TalenTeam and for SuccessFactors, we track independently your Net Promoter Score at 73. So, you know anything about those scores? That's world class. In easy star ratings, it's 4.9 out of 5. So you're at the very top of the partner ecosystem in terms of customer satisfaction. What is it that you feel is leading to that sort of repeatable number? Because it's not, these are not based on 5 reviews. I mean, this is a high volume of customers that we have that have reviewed their projects as well. So what are the practices? What are the principles? How do you hire? What's behind this consistency that you're delivering?
Yeah, I think a key is staying true to our mission, vision, and really understanding that, right? And ensuring that people in the team and my team understands, the organization truly understands that. As I highlighted, the vision being helping organizations be the best version of themselves, utilize and helping their employees be the best version of themselves through the use of SAP SuccessFactors technology. I'm truly passionate about this. And one of the things that we have kind of developed over a period of time is ensuring that my team understands, that the team understands that the work that we do isn't just about a successful project, right? It's about understanding the impact that it has on the organizations that we're working, on the employees that work for that organization. So while we may not directly be related to the people that we make an impact on, a very small project could actually have an impact on hundreds or thousands of people or 10,000s of people because of let's say a small implementation that we've done on performance management or on learning management. All of these, the people that are getting impacted are in tens of thousands. Once you start to understand the impact that you're having with the work that you do, the team is a little bit more mindful and careful about the work they do. There's a little bit more diligence, there's more passion, and through these methods and explaining the importance of these, I think the teams, I'm very proud to say that a lot of the team members are just as passionate as me around this,
That's
which
awesome.
reflects into our scores. Yeah.
Absolutely. And and it reflects in the scores, and we also see the named consultants. So Sandeep, your name has come up a whole bunch of times in these reviews, as well as the other named consultants. It's those relationships that make these projects as successful as they are. And that's your people, quite
Absolutely.
frankly. As you're looking ahead, what are you seeing as the major trends in technology, and what are the challenges that you're hearing on an ongoing basis from clients that you're working with?
Where we are with HR technology today, it's a really exciting place, right? As in machine learning, AI has been there for a long time, but with the recent changes in technology, the recent advent in technology, it has meant that it's a lot easily adoptable, and it's also a lot. There's a lot more use cases available. The scalability has become a lot easier as well. And it's one of the big areas of focus for us as an organization. I talked about the tool that we've recently built, helping organizations move towards or accelerate their journey towards being a skill-based organization. That continues to be our focus. We've got a whole series of innovation projects that are in the pipeline, that will be kind of launching out at different parts of the year in helping organizations utilize AI to to get the foundation in place, to get the data sets in place, and then be able to drive that right experience for the user. But also, how do you keep it maintained? How do you keep it consistent and relevant at all times? So, I think the trends really being around when we talk about organizations moving towards a skill-based organization, helping their employees be more skill-oriented and gaining these skills to be at par with, where you need to be in the industry and for your career progressions, but then utilizing the technology trends like machine learning and AI to help organizations achieve those.
So this whole idea of skill-based organizations, development of current talent, married with this, some of the advances that are now possible with generative AI and, as you mentioned, machine learning, the AI that we've known in the past, but now, everything seems to be more real and consumer
Correct.
friendly.
Yeah, absolutely.
What advice would you give to an SAP SuccessFactors customer that might be looking to either go live with a new product, or is evaluating, should they move to SuccessFactors or a different platform? What are some of the pieces of advice you'd have for a customer?
Choose us. No, I'm kidding about that. It's important, right? As in, there's a lot of partners in the ecosystem. There's a lot of expertise available, and some of these partners are doing great work, right? But you've got to choose a partner that most suitable to you based on the organization that you're at. It's important to ensure that the organization, the hiring criteria for an organization shouldn't just be the fact that they're an incumbent, right? I think look at their expertise on the very specific modules or processes that you're trying to implement. Try and understand those, largely because SuccessFactors as a product is constantly moving, is constantly changing as well, is developing. So looking at some recent experience from those organizations in those areas. Additionally, it's very important also to know not just the organization that you're working with, that's very key, very important, but also the exact team that you're going to get, right? Looking at those as well, because quite often, as in when we talked about it, that it's the consultants, it's the people that really make the business from in a consulting business. So it's important to know which part of that business or which part of that consulting organization are you getting, and ensuring that there's something in your relationship with your providers that you are going to get that team as much as possible. We know in consulting world things change, but as much as possible, that you get those. I think these are probably some of the key suggestions I would give around selection of a partner. But then it's also about understanding cloud principles. If it's an organization's first cloud implementation, I would suggest understanding what cloud principles are, setting those up if you don't have them, looking at standardization, but at the same time, knowing what your processes are. A lot of organizations implement the best practice system when it may not be aligned to their processes. You've got to move your processes if you want to move towards a best practice implementation as such, or you need to bring those two together to meet at some sort of a common point. So, these are some of the suggestions that I would give around to organizations implementing SuccessFactors.
Yeah. So choose the right partner who has the right fit culturally, ensure the team is aligned, and the team that you get during the evaluation process is the team that you actually get assigned afterwards. And
Correct.
Sandeep, I can attest, because I see all of the reviews that come through. The rate of team churn that TalenTeam has versus other partners is, the consistency is unbelievably high. So truly, that is part of, I think, the success equation here, and the really stickiness that your team has with clients, which is great. I appreciate your candor today, and some of the insights that you provided, and excited to see what 2024 brings to you and beyond.
No, absolutely. It's been a pleasure talking to you as well, and really appreciate this.